Alright everyone, welcome back. I'm the Black Shadow, and it's time for the final showdown. Again.
Cao Cao deals Sun Quan's Wu army a crushing blow. Sun Quan surrenders, thus bringing Wu under the rule of the Wei Empire. Meanwhile, while Cao Cao is distracted by his desperate struggle with Sun Quan, the head commander of the Shu army disappears from Pt.15.
Disappears?
Several months later, Cao Cao receives an urgent message in Wu, where he's garrisoned. It seems that Liu Bei has somehow managed to raise troops in his former stronghold of Zhu.
Somehow! Right. Because plot. That's how.
Let the meeting begin. Everyone lay out your ideas.
Contrived.
The people are hungry. Liu Bei's struggles bring famine to the land. Tell his soldiers. They'll see the connection and lay down their arms.
Is that a typo there?
The people of our territory have presented us with a great many provisions for us to create a brand new world for them.
That's nice.
So we must humbly take these gifts from them.
Oh, fucking course.
Heaven forbid that His Majesty should fall on the battlefield, and all would be lost to assure his safety. We should choose the best men from our army and establish a bodyguard unit for him.
My lord, tell us your wishes.
Liu Bei somehow. Either the devs couldn't think of a good reason to justify it, or just didn't care enough to do so. It doesn't matter. Anyways, it turns out he has managed to raise a shitload of troops, somehow in Zhu province. Sigh. So here's the final state of play. We did manage to out-tech Liu Bei, even at the end of the game, which is pretty crazy, but I'll definitely take that. Our supply is dwindling a bit, numbers-wise also a bit as well, but we're in pretty decent. It's not like Liu Bei against Cao Cao, and Cao Cao's basically got 100 in everything, which is hideously disgusting. So we can either look to drop Liu Bei's troops down, which is actually very tempting. I mean, we can also look to take supplies and increase own round, which is also a good idea. We have got the Simi bodyguard unit, so this will kind of give Cao Cao a better bodyguard unit, or a better unit, basically. Kind of like the King troops or the Silver Riders, whatever else. The problem is, I don't really know if he really needs it's the problem. Like, he should be pretty damn good at this point, and, like, he has some of the best... He should have some of the best weaponry and tactics that, like, inferior in your army, because he's been in every damn fight. So, like, I don't really think you need to take this at all. I think it's a bit of a waste. I think you've got more either taking the supplies or reducing the enemy numbers, however you want to do it. I'll show it off, though, regardless, because, you know, I'm a nice guy, and it's nice to show off these bits and pieces for you guys. Before we kind of call this series all of it. I'll save it for that one. Let's show off the bodyguards. Okay, they actually look pretty cool.
This unit has the strength of a tiger and the speed of a cheetah. It is by far our best unit. It's worthy of the name Wildcat Riders.
That's a really, really strange name to pick. Like, really strange. But again, he doesn't need these. Like, we already work with elite horses. You might even have ultra horses for Cao Cao, possibly, at this point. You don't really need these dudes. I guess this is a case of if you've somehow managed to not have Cao Cao very strong by this point in the game, there's a way to give him a really good unit so that he can, you know, be tankier for this, just in case. I'm assuming that's the purpose that this serves. But I don't remember them being really of any particular use, generally speaking. So, I think we're going to take Cheng Yu. So, let's hear more berating and more people running away. More signs. I love how the last three, all she does is putting up signs.
I tried to persuade Liu Bei's men to stop fighting. Now it looks as if some of them have finally laid down their arms.
Well, thank goodness. There's the 10% there. But we're going to... I feel like it would be rude not to, right? I kind of have to.
I've made up my mind.
This is his destiny.
We will be victorious.
Yes,
Lord,
sir.
great sacrifices and presented us with provisions without any regard to their own hardships. Therefore, it is our duty to live up to their expectations. We cannot let them down. We must not lose this battle.
Wow. That was actually inspiring. My god. I didn't know you had it in you. I'm impressed.
Having conquered Wu, Cao Cao heads north with his army, intending to defeat Liu Bei once and for all. Meanwhile, Liu Bei is advancing on Xu Chang, gathering forces sympathetic to his cause as he goes.
Really? What? You
The
gotta
two
be kidding
great
me.
rivals, Cao Cao and Liu Bei, finally meet face to face on the outskirts of Xu Chang.
Just open rebellion, sure.
Honestly, I swear I am so close to losing my temper with that stupid Diao Chan.
What? Do you mean to tell me that Diao Chan's still alive?
Oh, she's
Somehow.
alive and kicking. But I'm much more upset with that stubborn Cao Cao. Actually, you're fighting against Cao Cao.
She's not happy.
Why don't we join forces?
What?
What's that? I don't know what you're up to, but I respect Liu Bei's character. So I'm fighting to make his dream a reality. I will not join with anyone who is against that. So I'm afraid I must say no to you, and that is my final decision.
You're a loser! All of you! A bunch of losers!
Is she rebelling? I think she is.
Forgive me. Even if Liu Bei is in fact my brother, I have to fight him. As heaven cannot have two sons, so earth cannot have two kings.
I understand. But Liu Bei will not die. You must believe this. I'm sure that if I were your mother, I know I could find a different...
Diao Chan. Our time together was short, but wondrous.
It was 60 years!
I
What?
will tell you where the Imperial Seal is now.
There is no longer any need.
Oh, come on, don't you want to know? I'm sure everyone else does. 60 years. I swear to the heavens above. Damn this game. Apparently, the game thinks this all took place, of course, in like a week or something.
And take back Diao Chan.
So absurd.
You're nothing but a pawn to the mandate of heaven.
In the past, I took my strength from the mandate of heaven, but now I will start a new world on my own.
I will not allow it.
Liu Bei!
Stop it! Diao Chan, don't despair.
Liu Bei!
You will not conquer this land. The people will never follow you.
The hearts of the people always follow the new monarch. That's the divine principle.
Cao Cao, tomorrow morning in fair battle, you and I will fight to the death.
You make me laugh. Flee while you can.
You should flee.
I just love it how in this a massive seriousness the game still finds ways of being
Commence the war
absurd
council.
and kind of
Report on your
corny and
situation.
hilarious. It's so great.
Our scouts have reported. The enemy seems to take this position.
All right, so we know how this has to go.
We have not found the storehouse.
No, we have not, but we've probably got an educated guess of where it's probably going to be.
In this battle, victory depends on our getting Liu Bei and all his forces to flee. If it turns out that our Majesty must flee, then we have lost.
State your strategies.
Your Majesty, please take this position for the last battle.
If you say so.
Please, give us the signal to start.
You may notice that, and amongst all these distinguished generals and people willing to put their lives on the line for us, that there's someone missing.
Let's use this strategy. Battle!
Yes, sir.
Yeah. It's not good.
I have found it. My true self. Zunyu. Now I can say it from my heart. I hate war. But I must fight to make a peaceful world. You must understand. My dear brother, you've done well in fighting this far. But it is I who will take control of these troubled times.
The hairpin. What the hell?
I alone will win this battle. And after I win, I will fashion a new world with my own hand!
I feel sorry for Shinyu in a way. Poor lass. Alright, here we go.
Majesty, the movements of heaven and earth, they're in chaos. It might be the work of Himiko.
The work of Himiko?
If the spell is completed, our destruction is inevitable. Make haste to Himiko. Make her call it off.
Majesty, we must try to find Himiko.
Yes, follow me.
Good.
So, much like in the Xu variant, although for much different reasons, Himiko is still deciding that she wants to, you know, screw with everything. So, unfortunately, Cao Cao's gonna have to go on an adventure and tell her that she needs to stop what she's doing. And that would be very, very much appreciated. So, our final outfit of troops here, well, at least for this version of the campaign, Cao Cao, Shunyu, and Xiao Boon, who is about 165 probably now. Simi Yi, along with Xiahou Dun. Hu Ji is on her own, actually, interestingly. Maybe she was meant to be joined probably like Zhu Huang or something, and I didn't pick him up. Xiahou Ba with Dang Ai, Guo Shuao with Zhang He and Cao Hong, Sao Ren with Guo Jia and Kai Wei. Oh yeah, that's a better looking unit. Zhang Liao of Yu Jin and Li Dian, Pang Dai with Cheng Yu, and Eugene, of course, with Dong and Shi Xuan Feng. Oh wow, she's actually picked up her third abilities now. Very good. Did you get up free? No, you didn't. It's a shame. Well, at least you picked up the third, so I guess that's neat. All right, so let's march on here. Now, I'll still have to look at it in the same place that it was for the Xu variant. I think the Xu variant, the Xu story is pretty much in the same place in amongst that forest again. Although I could definitely be wrong. So. Yeah, Cao Cao is just going to kind of go adventuring here. Let's do a couple quick formation changes. We're going to go ahead and actually take Owl here. Because, like, Cao Cao's Warcraft is, like, pretty good. So, Guo Shuao, I think I'm actually going to go ahead and give him a more kind of, probably like Goose. Should be good for him. He's bowing. Eugene with Bull's fine. Eugene should probably have something a bit more aggressive than Carp. I don't think you really need to have anything like that. The only thing you've got is Dart. Well, it'll do. That's good for Simi Yi. Pang Dai, I mean, yeah, it's fine. Zhang Liao, yep. And Cao Ran, I do not want him with Ring. We'll give him something, we'll give him probably like Bull. Bull sounds good. Alright, let's go. Of course.
Yes. Expect a good report.
You better, otherwise you're fired. And by fired, I mean you're dead, man. Now here come the shoe lines. Alright, so let's see what we've got early on here. So Jiang Wei with Fa Zheng. Interesting to know that Fa Zheng is still down as in grey, as in if it was a Liu Zhang officer, which is kind of weird. I don't know why the game does that. It's kind of strange. Guan Yu, Guan Ping, and Xiao Gang. Zhang Fei, of course, of Li Li Wo. Xu Shu here as well. Xu's always kind of weird. He like pops up in a few fights on the way, so like especially in like the expert mode, he appears like reinforced for several ones. He's always like a kind of a chunky sort of unit, but he's usually like not very good. It's kind of a bit of cannon fodder. It's kind of strange. All right, Zhang Liao. We'll go for Jiang Wei. Cao Ren is going to start making way towards Guan Yu. Guo Shuao is going to kind of play support for a moment. I suppose Hu Ji might as well go down. Whoops, that's what I meant. To attack Zhu Shu's unit. Simi Yi, we're going to move a little bit more kind of across. Is the plan. Don't know what formation the enemy's exactly going to take here, so I'm kind of trying to plan ahead here. Pang Day and Yujin there, it's all good. Yeah, the thing is, of course, is that we don't really have a lot of cavalry, whereas the enemy has several cavalry units. Sun Li, Mei San Yang, Guan Yu. So they do have a mobility advantage against us. So we have to kind of try and prepare for that as best we can. Right, we've got more sightings here. There's Mei San Yang. Zhao Yun. There's Liu Bei's unit there, all 21,000 of him, along with Pang Tong, his armorists. Zhao Yun, his armored foots. Ma Su. Who's Mei Xing Yang got with her? Oh, wow, they're actually one unit, Mei and Sun Li. Huh. It's neat. I don't really want to be getting involved with Simi Yi against Mei Sang Yang. That's going to end pretty badly for us, but I don't think we have a lot of choice here. We'll just keep moving down this flank here, and we're gonna have to basically just try and outflank the enemy here. I think that's what we're gonna do. But this front, Simi Yi is gonna have a bad day, and there's not much I can do about this. All our archers are on one side. It's kind of gross. More forces being spotted. Yeah, of course, Zhang Fei is interesting. I mean, I guess this. It's like Mei Xing is closing ranks here. I guess I'm okay with this. Sure. What the hell? Where the hell's Eugene think he's going? Go that way. You mad? Alright. Let's have ourselves a good bloody wall then. Zhuge's been spotted. So yeah, unlike the Shu variant, of course, Zhuge and like another unit end up going up the top side to deal with Himiko. They don't have to do that time because it's not Liu Bei who's gonna get murdered by lightning blast. It's you this time. So.
Is no less than his father.
That is something that isn't wrong. So it means that you know, the balance of his being like wayside. Yeah, they just send all the units. It's not like with Shu, you have to divert a couple of to fend.
Anyone else want to go?
Now you're having to send Cao Cao himself. And he has to be Cao Cao. No one else can stop this commander. We can do as much damage as we can here. There's not much point in using Fireball here. It's just going to get Iron Walled. Right, Simi Yi's going to circle around with Mei. Zhu Shu's going to end up fighting Hu Ji here anyways. Right, Guo Xiao might as well start attacking Guan Yu. I see no reason not to do that. There's Huang Zhong. Zhuge's unit as well, on his own. That's fine. It's Huang Zhong. With Yan. And yeah, again, you see a couple of these officers just appearing out of nowhere, basically. I mean, should be fine. Thing is, all these forces are going to start coming around this side, so I should probably be looking to kind of sweep flanks here. I don't want to. Zhang Liao should be fine against Yang Wei. I would like to imagine. Now, that's not a guarantee by any stretch of imagination, but I'd like to think he's going to be okay.
For honor and reward.
He ain't going to crumple away. Also, those helmets orange and not red. What the hell? I've never noticed that. Very strange. Let's see if Jiang Wei wants a piece of us. I imagine he does. He's gonna regret
Does
this.
anyone here seek the honor of losing to me?
Yeah.
I accept it, and to the death.
He's a brave man, I'll give him that. But also foolish. That is not a duel you take on.
So this is how you fight them.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
I've been in much more carnage than you'll ever know.
You know what? That's both true and also rather fitting that it's Jiang Wei. Very, very cool. Alright then, we shall take it. Very nice. Zhu is getting hit on both sides. Zhu's flanking it. It's kind of regretful. Right, Simeon needs to get involved here. Xiao Ba, like, on two fronts, is going to start getting kind of dicey. That's not what I want. I want to go. He might still get flanked anyways on the other side. Like, there's potential for some problems here. As it is Dang, isn't it, of course. Zhu and Wei Yan. Yes. Might as well. That's what I've got it for. Now, I want to try and get a fireball off here. I'm going to attempt to. Wait for the forces to kind of get more in. Right, Hushi's pulled out. That's fine. Let's just do it. Didn't even get to level 2 with you. Sad. Boom. Oh no, all the guys up front moved! Oh, man. Well, at least we got that, guys. I guess that's good. That was a little disappointing. I suppose that was my fault. I was a bit premature, I guess, so I've got no one else to blame there, really. My own damn fault. Yeah, there's Ma Chao's unit. Along with Ma Dai. They've both got running with Mongolian horses, too. I've no idea where Zhu Ge and Liu Bei are going. I haven't a clue. I got nothing. Right, Yujin might as well start making his way down this way, though, I suppose. We might be getting some early damage to Liu Bei. I don't expect Yujin to take him out by any stretch, but he can start doing some damage at least, which would be pretty good. I'd take it. Right. There is a Iron Ball here. I'm gonna try and use Guojia to bait this out. And then I think I'm just gonna use a Gale. Yeah, Battle Crying. Sounds about right. Yeah, Himiko is very upset that we've apparently scorned her affections and her feelings. Like, okay then, I'm just gonna bow. Again, contrived, but eh. Well, I mean, if you can think of a better reason for it to be doing this, then feel free to write it in the comments so I can assess it and think, yeah, maybe you're right. Right. Speaking of, right, okay, let's try and bait out this. I want to basically Gale here. I don't really want to use Lightning, though. That feels a bit expensive to try and use as a bait out. There we go. Oh, yeah. They have made a poor decision here. Should have taken this on the chin. It's kind of an awkward choice. Like, I don't know. Like, if you're in the situation, you got the option of Iron Wall. Do you Iron Wall it? Because you know what's coming afterwards. But at least it means if they use one spell and they do potentially pretty reasonable damage to you, or they use two spells and they do loads of damage to you. I don't know which is better. It's very debatable. No, we gotta get closer. Right, we're gonna send the squad in then. Much as I'd like to just keep horsebowing. No! Oh, my massive Gale. Damn you, Guo Shuel. nothing but just ruining all my fun. You are the absolute worst. The absolute worst. I hate you. Damn it. Oh, it's so brutal. Now we'll just use lightning instead. What the hell? Right, we are having some problems. Xiaoba is being harassed, and it's pretty rude. Man, like 3 more seconds, I fire off that gale and just untold carnage. I have to save it later. I have no idea what Kai Wenji's like capability might be. It'd be so hard to get it. You'd have to get it to like defeat almost like every unit she comes across, like in the game, to get that. What if it is her experience currently? I'm actually curious. It's actually pretty good. Like, she might not have to defeat that many to find out what it is, but like, maybe she learns Fisher. Nah, I think it'd be something like a charge or something. Her war's also really good. Like, just she's such a good all-rounder. Maybe that's what it is. Okay, Xiao Ba has problems here. Alright, Huji's about to withdraw, so that's not too bad. What are we doing here? Well, maybe it is, and it didn't quite work out as I wanted. Okay, then. Let's have a harassment of Liu Bei. There's no reason not to, so let's go and, I don't know where he's going yet. Xiao Ba's in trouble here. I'm not sure what the best course of action is. Getting shot at too as well. Like, Xiao Ba's in a really awkward spot. Problem is I can't withdraw because I've got allied units in the way.
Make a name for yourself! Charge!
Well, we're just gonna do a load of damage and just try and run through some troops and just hit them pretty hard. I'm unsure what to do with Xiao Ba. I think he has to stick this out. I mean, it might end pretty badly for him, but I'm unsure, like, what else to do. I mean, that was an enormous hit. That was a gigantic hit, which is going to make it a bit better here, but, like, yeah, Zushi's just got so many moves. Yeah, and Xiao Yun's coming as well. Wow, we have problems. Oh my god, we have issues. Wow. Xiao Ba's in legitimate trouble. I have to help. And I have to help him now. Change of plans. We have to go to that front. There's no way we don't, right? Okay then. I think we just raid it. Yeah.
Move it. No one can stop me. No one.
Because we can hit Huang Zhong's bow unit as well, and this will just do plenty of damage. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Good stuff.
If you choose to fight me, come rest to die.
That's the thing. There's so many troops to hit at here, so like you can hit pretty hard with a lot of abilities, which is very, very nice. Alright, meanwhile, Shadun's here. I mean, it might be worth having. Can we go for a duel, maybe? Pretty tempting. It's less risky for me because it's a lieutenant as well, so like it's higher risk for Mei San Yang. So I think we're gonna go for it. If she refused, I wouldn't be totally surprised.
Don't be scared. I'll be gentle.
It's not the AI's way, though, is it? Here we go.
Ah. Oh.
What was that? What? What the hell? Oh, God.
Don't forget me.
It's so ridiculous. Oh, man.
I can kill you, even though I only have one eye.
Makes dead or alive not seem all that bad. That is a sad truth. Right, okay, Cao Cao's getting there slowly. Unfortunately, it's kind of a long trip for him. Like, for the Zhuge, you just go here and up, you're there. You got like multiple bridges to cross and such. It just takes some time getting there, which is the problem. Alright, yeah, Xiao Ba has real issues here, and this has got to be dealt with. Right, Huji is pulling out of battle, which is good, which means she'll be here to assist shortly, but I am terrified Zhao Yun's going to start getting in here.
Prepare to sacrifice everything that you have for this battle.
If we start getting like 3-on-1 tandem here, Xiao Ba's unit is toast. Is absolutely toast. It's being shot at by Ma Chao as well. Like, oh, it is! Oh my god. This is called I advanced this unit way too far out. Okay, Huji should deal with that. So I think we're gonna go hit Ma Chao here. And the hope is that we just beat Guan Yu quickly enough that we can support here. I think that's my best shout. Of course he's rallying. Of course he is. Yeah, I think this is our best bet here. This unit has 2 volleys, by the way. Both Guo Xiao and Zhang He, so that's pretty nice. You can have multiple volley shots here. They recharge pretty quick too. That's how fast you should have been going. It's fine. Yeah, Xiao Ba's getting really badly hit. This is a horrible overextension of the forces, and they're just trapped. Unless I move Guo Xiao up, I guess. Nah, Eugen's getting there. Huji's about to help. It'll be fine, Xiao. It'll be fine. Don't need to panic. Everything's good. Worrying too much. There's no need. I think we actually send a unit in here. Oh my god, what is happening here? Why the hell is Huji getting involved in the other fight? What's going on? Right, Huji needs to get over here. And that might actually drag her into the correct fight here. She's just getting drawn into fighting the wrong force. It's kind of annoying. Putting it politely. Frustrating is also the word for it.
Victory is now ours!
I've so loved this game. I've so enjoyed this series. Oh my god. Yeah, this is looking really bad for Xiao Ba. He's getting ripped apart here. This is pretty bad. I might have to try and... This is a risk. I think I need to try and get myself out of this situation.
Zhang Fei, I will offer your head to the spirit of my father.
Sounds like you miss your father. Why don't I send you to join him?
If this fails, this unit is toast. Like, not even brown, like black. I'm kind of praying.
Die!
Oh no! Oh dear, that's a catastrophe.
Oh! Father!
I took the risk.
Try to forgive me.
It has not paid off.
At least your father put up a good fight. Run away, little boy.
That is very bad. That is very bad. Not just for that, but our entire unit is just gonna be complete mess here. This is looking really bad. Xiao Ba might be, I think he's done. I don't know if there's anything to do about this. It was my gamble to take. No damn fault. Right. From one poor dual choice to another. Damn it. Voice I didn't play. It's not very interesting,
Well, then I can only hope that you're not too attached to that head of yours.
He's not my first choice for a duel, but hey ho. Now we've seen this duel animation quite a lot recently. Between this and freaking, there was a lot of dueling going on at Chengdu as well. We've seen it a hell of a lot. There we go. Finally, one with one. Lonnie's had a pretty bad duel rate in this series.
Okay then, but I'm not done for yet.
Pretty bad duel rate. Look at his beard. He's like clipping through him there. That was weird.
So, what now? Are you surprised?
In a little bit, but we need to get Guan Yu's unit defeated like pretty quick here. So it's definitely worth spending the energy to try and get this done. You've got lightning, is it? Do you have lightning? I don't really want to use it. We'll use hail. I want to keep hold on lightning for later on, because that's not going to recharge, basically. Unless I basically just camp you by the sword, which I shouldn't hopefully need to do. Although this fight is admittedly not going that great. Nice. She got a magic upgrade from that. Good job, Guojia. It's a magic rate at anyways now. It's actually not far from tier 3. Good job. Okay, so yeah, Xiao Ba I think is gonna get beaten here. Oh, what the? Yeah, oh yeah, of course we're engaging that. Yep, all right. So, Yuji, Xu Shu, make it happen. Yujin with the ambush here, or at least attempted ambush. All right, let's shoot him down. If I can target them as well, great. That's the nice thing with volley is that it just causes like mass panic over an enormous area. What is my cavalry doing? Get out of the way, idiots! Interfering everything. What a mess. Now, admittedly, the confusion doesn't last for very long for volley, but it's wide area, which is pretty good. Okay, I think we're going to get Dong Shuang Feng in here, and we'll look to do a charge onto Ma Chao's unit here. And they've officially entered battle. Okay, who's using the battle with Xu Shu? That takes the pressure off of a Xiao Ba, at least for now. So I guess that's good. Right. I'm going to reach. It's quite a distance away. I might be better off targeting the main lines here. Because I want to target Ma Chao's actual unit. This is probably a wiser choice. And just run through the general battlefield. It's a bit scattered and a bit messy, but we'll do it this way.
Attack! Let none escape!
Where's the rest of my troops? So I'd say, like, if you go to a weird point in the battlefield and go to rush, like, a lot of the time, like, this happens, just no one appears for the rush and charge. So it is sometimes worth spending some time, like, just, gather your troops before you do it if you're going in for a weird side like that. Because sometimes they just don't get there. It's so strange. It does do that. Okay, so, Xiao Ba, the pressure's off at least a little bit. It's still pretty bad. Get ready for another. We're gonna look to do another rush here. What we're gonna do this time is we're gonna line it up first. Look, Guy in the green, you are not who I asked for. You are on the enemy side, so get out of here. Yeah, I do find, like, occasionally, if you line them up here to, like, do the rush or whatever, and then you do it, it's like they're already kind of in position.
Follow me and charge!
And then suddenly you've got a lot more people ready for the rush. I mean, there's still not been that many. A lot of them seem to be kind of weirdly stopped or something, but, you know, it's better. Oh, it's still a hell of a hit. It was very nice.
I will not die until I avenge my father.
Cao Cao has been defeated. Yikes.
It's too much here. We must be reinforced.
On you! I can help you out now!
I will regain my sacred honor for good.
First casualty is my side. Wow. It's pretty bad. That means Guo Xiao's about to get it too. This is not ideal. This is not a good start to this fight. Stay in place. Okay, so she has got an iron wall. I'm gonna have to kind of bait out here. She might not defend though. Yeah, she did not. I understand that. Oh wow. Some of these voice lines there were weird. That's strange. That's a shame. I like hearing him just like trying to get mad about it. It's not. If you've made it this far into the series, like, you're probably okay with this. I've done everything I can. Very nice. There we go. Good stuff. Good stuff. Having to use these abilities to kind of keep us in some of these fights. Some of them have gone really badly. Who's Xiao Yun got with him? Xiao Yun and Mas. Oh yes. Oh my god. Might be able to actually. Oh no, it's not who I thought it was. Damn, I thought this was Guo Xiao's unit. It is Guo Xiao's unit, but freaking Kai Wengi isn't with this unit this time. She's with whoever it is.
Fire!
I was thinking, can I actually get a gale off on Xiao Yun? That would have been unbelievable damage. More funky camera angles. I mean, what does this is like, it's like the camera angle is set at where like his base of his unit is. Once you use the volley, but once the volley then gets used, it then immediately afterwards it then sets the troops in a way so they're like actually facing what they're meant to be shooting. If that makes any sense at all, it might not. Yes, please. There we go, good. Meanwhile, when this plays, it means you ain't got a lot of time left. You need to get to Himiko right now. You have very little time. Fortunately, Cao Cao's more or less there, so that's good. Forces are all over the place. Man, we got so many archer units. It's like kind of making this really weird and funky. Let's get over here to... Oh, here we go. Yeah, she's pretty angry.
Himiko, stop!
Himiko, stop! Why did you disobey His Majesty?
Whoa!
For His Majesty's sake, I will have no fear!
Go get him, shouldn't you?
You, you all right?
What a legend.
Forgive me. I'm a strong woman.
You.
Crumbs.
You all right?
I'm sorry.
Quiet now, please.
Cao Cao. This is all I wanted. Hold me a little longer. In your arms.
Shit, you. She's just like completely wasted. You're a lucky man, Cao Cao. You're a lucky man. Boy. Right. So, with that done, that means that, now we've got the Cao Cao, but Himiko now appears as her own unit. She's been convinced to stay with the team, and we're gonna need her help. We got a lot of shit to do. Let's change formation very quickly. We're gonna go with Box. Box sounds good. Right, so Himiko's gonna be making her way down automatically. You will have to direct Cao Cao though, so we're gonna have to go ahead and do this. Send him just this general direction. He'll make it work. Only problem is, like, he's gonna get caught behind Himiko's who's foot troops, so that is kind of a shame because of course he's cavalry here. It is just violence here in the middle bit here. We are outnumbered. Like, for sure, we are outnumbered currently, and that is a problem.
Show no fear. It's then that you'll win.
What did he say? It's them. What? I didn't even catch that. Whatever. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, this is, there's a lot of violence here. This is far from obvious who's winning or losing this fight currently. It is far from obvious. Very unclear. Kind of waiting on the volley. But, like, we are outnumbered here. There we go. We need Cao Cao and Himiko to get down here pretty sharpish.
Fire!
Remember, Liu Bei's still lurking around somewhere down here too. I don't know where, but he is. Reinforcements needed very soon. They are coming, but they've got to get here. That was a nice volley. Good shot.
Really don't want to make me mad.
We'll throw what abilities we can. We're not going to overcommit, but it's worth getting some to try and make the fight look a little bit easier. Yeah, Guo Xiao's on kind of damage mitigation. Guan Yu's pretty much beat, that's good. Jiang Liao is winning on Jiang Wei. Penny looks it's going to be Han Zhong, although it's been a bit of an expensive fight. He has taken some pain too for his troubles. What do you got? Oh, I could offer it to you. I don't think it's a good idea. Rush looks good though.
Attack them! Push them back!
Go get him. Ooh, that's some damage. There we go. That was pretty nice. Very good. You have to consider pulling a unit or two back here, maybe. I don't know. Kind of unsure. Simi Yi's looking good. We're kind of ish getting there, but it's not been a pleasant fight at all. It's been very dicey. We'll go raid in here.
Out of my way if you value your life.
Might as well. Just run rampant amongst the enemy forces here. Let's try and cut down as many as we can.
My way will be stopped.
They're making their way here gradually. But yeah, Cao Cao's going to get caught behind Himiko. That's the only kind of issue with this. Right, we just need to kind of stall here with Guo Xiao. He does have a raid of his own. It's very tempting. I think I'm going to go ahead and use this too.
Or would you rather die in vain?
What the hell? No! Oh, I got caught in attack animation! Oh no, the AI decided to do an attack animation. It's completely caught me there. I've lost so much time with the raid. Oh, that's so brutal.
Your name's not worth remembering.
Kind of unlucky there. Yeah, should have hit for more than that. That's a great shame. I've forced that unit into the fight though, so I guess that's good. They were kind of hanging back doing who knows what. Here, of course. Oh, that's pretty bad. Yikes, that's going to need some addressing. Yeah. We've just hit them hard.
Show them what a true charge looks like.
There we go. Tons of damage there. Very nice. Yeah, amazing. That is her fourth ability, is Raid. It's pretty good once she eventually picks it up. I think I've actually got it. I think I've got it with her in my the Shoot Expert campaign. I've actually picked it up. Again, she's become like a real beast. Like, tons of damage she's doing. Pretty damn nice. Was it Simi Yi? Where's Simi Yi? There has been damage dealt. Just some random crossbow unit back here. Should be pretty fine here, I reckon. She's got the iron wall, so like, I don't think I'm going to be able to make too much use out of it. Just kind of hanging on reinforcements getting here soon. I think we looks like we have got the upper hand now in the fight here. This is looking really awkward for a moment, but I think things are turning. Oh dear.
Move it or I'll end your miserable life.
Now, again, the AI doesn't really know how to use a raid properly, unfortunately. So if you see it, like, they kind of do this a lot, which is a great shame, because, like, you know, if they did it like you did, they would just, like, they could do so much damage.
Take a lot more than that to stop Gao Yu.
But they just don't really know how to use it properly. So the irony is, like, if they do a raid on screen, it tends to do less damage than if it's off screen. Which is kind of bizarre, but it's kind of the truth.
The reward for victory is a great one.
Try and buff the units up here a little bit. Give them some extra longevity. Fusion can get Ma Chao beat. We can start like attacking like Xiao Yun from behind, and then it's yeah. It looks like I think the main forces are looking like they're coming close to crumpling here. I might actually send Cao Cao down this way, and Himiko I'm gonna send her like maybe this away. We'll kind of see how things work out. I think it sounds good to me. But things are looking better here. They're looking actually not bad at all. Yeah, of course he is. Scumbag. I'm not in the midst of this mess. Battle cry let's battle cry these guys.
You don't want to get hurt, you better run home.
What? I didn't hear that too well. Probably because it was the slowdown didn't help there. I should have pointed from a different direction so I could avoid that. You shouldn't have to do that, but there's a degree of truth to it, so hey ho. I don't think there's too much we're doing here. I'm just kind of ish sort of supervising, but I think that we've kind of got the upper hand in a lot of these fights here. Things are looking pretty good for us now. Go dueling here, but I don't think it's really necessary.
Nice
Here
work.
we go.
Victory is ours. Old soldiers never die. Their legends live on.
There we go. Wait for the. We are starting to break through here, and this is very good. There's flashing green all over the joint. That's a bad sign for Liu Bei. Ooh. Wow, they're not going down easy over here though. They're hitting us pretty hard still. Definitely are. Yikes. His unit has taken some pain. So would you get out the way, please? Thank you. Trying to restore order to my dudes, like, you know, you should respect that. Guan Yu's raiding us. Oh dear, I didn't see it either, so that's probably pretty nasty. Alright, managed to restore order here, so that's good. Holy Christ, Calren's taking some pain. Oh my god. Yushu's hailing. Wow. AI is like, some desperation here. We'll hit them with whatever we got. If they're going to start throwing tactical spells at us, then I'll just start throwing them right back. Two can play this game. There we go. That should probably more or less about right that, I reckon. Yeah, I think we're looking pretty good here. So yeah, Cao can look to like try and make a an attack into. If we get Himiko like up this way, Cao Cao's gonna be quicker, so I kind of want her him getting in there first. We'll make it work. Sorry if there's like interruption there. So let's end this war, everyone. Enough lives have been claimed. Time to put it to an end. That's probably the one that needs most attention of this one here. So we'll. In saying that, like we've got pretty much a lot of this down, so.
Nya, 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 nya. Losers!
We were simply weak, no excuses!
Now, I'm kind of curious to know whether, with the expert version of this, whether... Ooh, she's from Lund Valley. That's pretty nice, actually. It's a good pickup. I'm kind of curious to know, because obviously in the, with the Xu story, like, you've with Himiko, you've got, like, Huji guarding that. I'm kind of curious to know in the Wei storyline if there's going to be a unit here guarding on this way, just to make it extra interesting trying to get her in time. If so, that's kind of brutal, because I don't know how you'd ever defeat it and get in quickly enough. I'm really unsure. You'd have to see. Right, okay then. Eugene's going to go over here and continue working on this. Himiko is going to head up this way. And Kako's just going to go straight in.
Don't worry, I will help you out.
Fucking kidding. Oh, man.
No one in the world will be able to stop us.
I'm not ready to die. Not right here.
Well, that's good, I suppose.
So it's you. I will stand and cut you down.
Guan Yu's not taking this too well. Unfortunate. Right. Just stop tightening the noose, everyone.
Nice work. Victory is ours.
Master Zhuge Liang, I'm so sorry.
He was sounding like Italian there, bro. Like, what the hell? Alright, I reckon we can just get all the troops to charge here, and I think we'll probably make it all work here in some form or another. They can all work it on their own direction. It should be okay here. I don't know quite what they're exactly directing. It's an interesting pathing you're taking there. What the hell? Okay, apparently the AI doesn't actually quite know what it's doing. It needs some assistance and guidance to tell it what it actually needs to do. Shaking my head. Shaking my head. Just gotta hold the damn game's hand sometimes, don't you? No. Yes.
Everything hinges on this battle.
Yeah, this is a fairly accurate statement. Some very gruff-sounding ladies there. My goodness. Very gruff. Chang Fei's rushing, of course he is. Wow, we're actually having, man, there's actually, might be a defeat there up top. That's pretty bad. I should probably address this.
Fire!
That's what we like to see. Zhang's having a fight in the distance there. That was a pretty chunky hit too. What's going on here? Wow, Guo Xiao is like, he's actually possibly going to lose this battle. Because Guo Xiao sucks. That's why. Poor dude. Honestly, he's just like, I don't know.
Forgive me, but may I request reinforcements?
Good, Jushu. I'm on my way now. I'll be there soon.
Now we cannot lose. Thank you.
Brings up a good question. Where the hell is Zhu Liang?
Nice work. Victory is ours. What's going on there? That I never lose.
Yeah, where the hell is Zhu Liang? We don't even know. Maybe he's hiding back.
No! How dare you do that?
Yeah, Liu Bei's retreated, as I feared he has done, but I have no idea where Zhu Gei's gone. Be curious to know.
Retreat!
Right, they're getting out of there, which is good. That'll have to suffice. Alright, yeah, so just, yeah, all troops charge. That'll be fine. Damn.
It is your will. I shall go.
I have completely clustered everything. Right, Guo Xiao, you pull away. Like, you get out of there. Your work here is done. What I have done, though, is I have interfered with these guys, which was a mistake. Should not have done this. It was a poor decision. That's the only problem with doing the sweeping one. They affect everyone, so unless you manually reset the ones that you want particularly, yeah, this happens. Is a problem. Also, boy, look at the damage being done here. Oh my god.
Justice is on our way. Shall not fail.
You keep telling yourself that, Wonder Boy. Here we come now. They're going to start sweeping and surrounding. This is going to be very, very good for us.
Victory is now ours.
Look at his face is just like, just rooted with contempt there. I know he's not going to accept. I'm curious to know what the response is.
I am Pt. of the lands of the Vaccines. Fight with me.
Don't let me down, game.
What? Of course I don't accept.
He's like panicked. He's like, no, I don't want anything to do with you. It's the correct response. It is very much the correct response. Hello, we have contact. Oh, there goes Zhu Gei. Right. Himiko is going to deal with Zhuge. Right, in that case, then we're actually going to stop Cao Cao here. We're going to let Zhuge pass, assuming he's going to pass, which I think he might do. Oh no, we've been spotted. Damn it. Ah, I thought we'd hidden there. We had not.
No one in the world will be able to stop us. Impossible. This can't be happening.
Damn, I really thought we had that sussed out there, but not to be. Well, shoot. It's got to be Zhuge first then. I guess it's how he'd want it. We have so many skills at our disposal. Oh, God.
Charge! Take them down and destroy them!
Yeah, for some reason, the game really doesn't like it when you try charging like that, even though it makes no sense. Like, in theory, it should be, like, the perfect time to do the charge. Like, the game just doesn't like it. It just, like, gets really grumpy with your forces. Like, please don't confuse me. Well, regardless, we are going to be causing havoc here, and that's exactly the plan. Surprise attack, too. Didn't see it coming. Zhang Fei's not going down without a fight. Fair play to the guy. Oh, this is gonna be, oh, this is delicious. They're not really in the best spot to do it, ironically. I kind of need to let them get a little closer.
If you fight for your life, you will certainly win.
just a close up there, the man just falling to the ground, unmoving. Shunyu's got more tactics at her disposal than Zhuge Liang. I don't know what to make of this. Pretty sure this is also the first time I've ever seen Shunyu with Gale. This makes me feel much happier. Here we go. Hold on to your hats. Can you even imagine, like, getting swept up or something like that? Just sent into the air, flying? I mean, oh my god. Some people getting second doses. Look at how fast we've gone, oh my god. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. Yeah, they're all just trying to surround and just sweep up these central forces here, which is very good. That's exactly what I like. Himiko's got her own Gale. Well, what the hell? Tat for tat, right? This feels cruel and unusual. Cruel and unusual punishment. For the record, I would not be dunked down like that. I would be running for my life. Or at least attempting to. Just virtual debris litters the battlefield. And Zhuge's got such a high magic and it's still doing that amount of damage. I mean, that tells you just how brutal of an attack that is. Just pure violence. And it is delicious. This battle's probably a little more difficult for Xu than it is Wei. I think it's especially because like it's kind of weird. I think in this game, like I think the early game for Xu isn't too bad, but the late game kind of gets pretty difficult. Just because you've got like a real disadvantage in technology, and also I think some of the fights are also kind of stacked in, you know, Xu Chang being a good example. This one, you know, it's like defenses you get to Himiko, that sort of thing. Whereas for Wei, I actually think like the early game's probably tougher than the late game.
No one in the world will be able to stop us. Today's a bitter drink.
Alright, yes, I know we spent like 2-ish hours on the freaking Chengdu siege, but that was kind of a little bit of an unusual situation. And, like, I probably could have been a bit more like, aggressive and whatever else than I actually was, I suppose. If I'd really wanted to.
Nya, 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 nya. Losers!
Huh. When I come back, I'll be twice as strong.
Well, that's my kind of general assessment of the situation, I reckon. Just get them charging here. They need to be refreshed, I believe. But that's my assessment of it, I reckon. Hey, Li Diao learned volley. Good on you, buddy. Good on you. We're never gonna see him use volley in this run, but well, he got it. So good on him. All right then. Into the depths we go. We know he's here somewhere. It's just a question of where. I'm kind of impressed that Liu Bei's got like as much of a amount on the bar here as he actually does. Kind of surprised. There's the supply depot. There he is. What's his unit? Him and Pang Tong. Sounds about right. All units, go get you some. Except for Cao Cao, who's going to go via the compound first. You're going to need to burn this down. Trying to take out the enemy general sitting next to a supply depot is kind of not really doable. Kind of not really doable, folks. You got to take out the camp first. It's just the fire physics don't actually cause like the glitching here. It's not the fire doing it. It's the it's kind of the waveform that goes on. That's what's causing the actual like the kind of the heat waves, if you will. It's basically what's happening. Man, look how long it's taken to actually burn this down. Like, wow. This is not normal. How's it taking so damn long? I've legit no idea. Oh, I think I've, I believe I've attracted some attention. Maybe that's why it's not being burnt down, because there's a unit right next to it basically guarding.
Now, Cao Cao, the time has come.
Do you really think you can win that easily?
Maybe that is how it works. If you've got a unit nearby, like, it actually stops it from being broken down anywhere near as quickly. It's actually very plausible. And also kind of cool. I never really thought about that. 21,000 dudes on him. Like, when I do this for freaking, when I do this for the expert campaign, he's gonna have the chunkiest unit. Like 25k. Maybe. It's gonna be pretty depressing. Interesting to note, he did actually, he did not iron wall this. Unexpected. Now let the heavens rain down upon him. That's a huge. How did you not iron wall that? had to eyeball that, surely. That was a horrendous amount of damage taken there. Yeah, Liu Bei still be getting his bonuses here, but the extra enemy units are going to take out the supply depot, so it's not all that bad here. Man, he's just holding it for Ice Storm. Whatever works for you, game. Coming down. I do kind of wish Hail. I mean, Hail when you get level 3 is actually pretty good, because this shard here does a absolute gob of damage, but level 1 and level 2 as well, it's not all that great a spell. But that has some definite AoE on it, which is really nice. As you can see there, even there, that does some serious damage too. The reinforcements are coming. This one is,
You going to fight me?
This one's in the books, kids. We had to break the Mandate of Heaven because Diao Chan just couldn't give us damn Imperial Seals. Like, no, can't do that. Really? Really? I don't think so. He's saying the exact same thing as shouldn't you say it? That's kind of cool. Or he's a bit more, well, raspy at it. I like a better way of describing it. Here comes his own level 3 meteor shower, but, well, we did the wise thing and buckled up. This is where he then uses Firestorm on my group units and just massacres me. Thankfully, I've got 2 iron walls, so it's not a big deal. I assume that's attacking the supply depot. Yeah, depots are getting burnt here. This one is, this one's all over. Of course he's rallying. Damn you, game.
Everyone, fight with all.
I don't know who you're talking to. There's nobody back there. It's an audience of 1, maybe 0. There goes the depot. Hey, Eugene learned charge 2. Nice. Look at all these abilities that my guys have actually learned on this run. This is really good. I'm pretty happy. I don't even know what your charge sounds like. I'm gonna have to experiment with this. It gives me good hope, though, the expert run of getting these sort of level tactics. We're going to need them. I expect the bonus fight for the Wei campaign to be absolutely brutal. I'm expecting it also for the Xu one. They're both going to be nasty.
Courage makes the man. Now attack!
Schwanfangs are proud of you. They're very, very proud. And so they should be. So they should be. Eventually, I'll find the correct unit. There we go. That's the one. So you remember, of course, in the last time, you know, Cao Cao dies in the field of battle at the end of the fight here. Now, of course, we now know this time that apparently, freaking this whole Cao Liu Bei brother, which is completely absurd. Don't get me wrong. It is unbelievably bizarre. But I guess that means that maybe we can find a happier resolution after all. Maybe. Just maybe. I honestly have no memory of how this campaign ends. I kind of remembered-ish, but I'm at the end of the Liu Bei one, but this I don't. I've got a guess. But it could be so horribly wrong, I refuse to say.
Nya, 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 nya. Losers!
It's over! Save yourselves!
The enemy general has been defeated! We've won!
With this hand, I will usher in a new era of peace.
It's over.
Guess who?
Are you kidding me?
Himiko, how conniving you are. You're awfully happy now that Diao Chan is going, aren't you, little one?
You're going to see her off, aren't you? Well, there's no way I'm going. I'm not going. Not going.
What is this?
So forget it. Oh, all dressed up, are we? Aren't you something?
Same thing she's
Thank you.
worn all game.
This is goodbye.
I'm going to miss that smile of yours. I can't call Liu Bei soft anymore.
You're right. You're brothers, after all.
Ouch!
Oh, this fucking game. It's been so great.
Thank you. I know I will never forget it. Don't be so sad. You're not alone. Just look behind you.
Huh?
Zun Yu,
Oh my god!
has your wound healed?
After Cao Cao won the war, Liu Bei disappeared. So ended the great rivalry that shook the continent to its very foundation. I returned to singing as I had before meeting Liu Bei, and I set out to find him. I can't wait to see the look on his face once we're reunited. Liu Bei, do not worry. I will find you.
And that is the, effectively, the kind of, I guess, way canonical ending. Liu Bei doesn't die, but he, well, he completely vanishes and disappears to parts unknown. We'll need to, work out where he's gone, and there might be some, information given on that in the secret battle for the Wei campaign. We'll have to see. I have no memories of it. Again, I don't think I've ever done the Wei extra battle. I'm pretty sure I've never done it, so it's going to be beyond blind for me. But it should be a good fight. Obviously this isn't like my closing thoughts, because we're not done with this series. So we've got the 2 extra battles to do. But I suppose it's a good time to at least give some general thoughts. First of all, again, a enormous thanks to Blue3 for the Patreon recommendation for this. I don't say that just because, you know, you gave me money to play this. I think it's more so the fact that I'm pretty sure without it, I don't think I ever would have done this game as a series. And for that matter, I'm not sure I really would have ever played this again. Like, my mind has basically not really thought about playing this game again since I did, like, whenever it was, like, 10 years ago. It's never come to pass. But, like, my memories of the game were good, but it was like, you know, I've been there and done it. Well, I need to do it again. this has been one of the more enjoyable and entertaining series I think I've done on this channel since I've started. And that's not something I thought I would say at the beginning of doing this at all. Like, I completely forgot how kind of mad and ridiculous this game is. I think it was a case of I wasn't really in a position to appreciate it properly. And now that I'm older and wiser and all the rest of it, it's like I look at it, and I think especially in the whole backdrop of doing this after, you know, months of stay-at-home orders with COVID, Zushi got his own model. Look at that. Good job to Masayuki Morita. Well done, buddy. But yeah, with the whole backdrop of that, and you know, things have been kind of not the best over the past couple of months or so. You know, struggling with the mental fatigue and draining of it, like a lot of us have. I think that has helped bring out this game even more to me. It's something that I've like relished doing, you know, and I've thought, like, I'm really looking forward to sitting down and doing the next session because it's just been complete madness. You know, just insanity on occasions. You know, the game is just a huge, giant gimmick within gimmicks of these completely out of the world characters, complete extremes. There's some bizarre plot lines going on, some total left field turns, but at the core there is a game that, you know, gameplay wise is kind of solid. You know, if maybe on occasion maybe lacking a little bit of extra ingenuity, well, I still think it's a solid enough game just to play itself. But just the game's charm and character is really, really special. And I'm so glad I've been able to redo this one more time and get to enjoy it. It has been an absolute joy, and I'm very much glad for it to have been able to experience it one more time. So the good news is that by the time this video gets uploaded to YouTube and you guys are watching it, that I've probably already recorded the 2 additional fights. That is East Lao, the Battle of East Lao for the Xu campaign, and the Battle of, I think it's Chen Kang, for the Wei campaign. I've already completely done the Xu Expert campaign as I've shown, and Wei Expert I'd gotten up to Tian Shui, and I wanted to finish off the rest of the base game before I went and did those Expert campaigns. Partially for memory sakes, and partially not to ruin the battles I was going to do on the YouTube here. So yeah, I'm looking forward to them. They are going to be very damn hard, I'm sure, but they're going to be enjoyable. It's also the only opportunities, I believe, in the game where you actually fight the Wu forces on the land. I had mentioned a few times in Chibi and Xu Chang that there are like these several abilities that the Wu officers can't use, like raiding and rushing and whatever else, and we're going to be seeing all that most likely in those 2 additional fights, which should be very, very good. And yeah, as much as, again, with the Patreon donation, this game deserved me going through it to show them off. It was the least I could do. So next time, folks, we will be returning with Liu Bei and getting ready for the Battle of East Lao after managing to overcome Cao Cao at Xu Chang, becoming ruler of the land, and the events that occurred a few years later or so. I am gonna get my arse handed to me. See you next time.